Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind Your Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind Your Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Happy Saturday. Glad to have you guys back in the stream. And here we go. College basketball. Battle of the Bluegrass in this rivalry matchup taking place under two first-year coaches, continuing the rivalry. Pat Kelsey for the Louisville Cardinals going up against Mark Pope for the Kentucky Wildcats. And Kentucky out to a red-hot start this season. Number 5 ranking in the AP poll at 9-1. They're 7-0, perfect on their whole floor. Louisville taking the step up to 6-4 this season for the Cards. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. It looks like we'll be tipping off this game in around 7 minutes from now. Kentucky is the number 1 offense this season in college hoops, putting up around 91 points per game this season. They're coming off 2 of their best wins that they've had this year and come from behind victories over number 4 Duke in the Champions Classic from a month ago. And they won against Gonzaga last week in a thriller in overtime, 90-89. Both of those wins come from behind wins for Big Blue Nation. Only loss came in their only true road game this season at Clemson in the SEC ACC Challenge, 70-66. Louisville playing their first true road contest this season, coming off a 3-point win over UTEP on Wednesday at home, 77-74, and Kentucky looking to see if they can put together a much bigger victory margin for them as they beat Colgate, which has a 2-9 record, by 11 on Wednesday, 78-67 at Rupp. What's good, everybody? Thanks for joining in, and happy Saturday here for the best rivalry in all college hoops going down today. And this is my first stream out of 2. I'll have 2 streams today, part of a doubleheader. This one, and then after this one, the NBA Cup semis between the Thunder and the Rockets tonight. Should be a fun night here. Daniel, Jason, early Christmas coming from my man Jason out there. Jeffrey, glad to have you back in. Wow, Bryce Hopkins not playing tonight for PC. Gotta pick up that win right there. For PC, even though they're missing Hopkins tonight. I'll get into the college Jeep scoreboard here in just a moment. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this one for the Bluegrass rivalry. Type it in: Kentucky, UK, BBN, or Louisville, L1C4 for the Cards. Go Cards for this one. Type it in the chat: BBN or Go Cards, Kentucky or Louisville. Right now that poll is all for Big Blue Nation. 8 votes, 100% for Kentucky at the moment here as we're tipping off in around 5 minutes from now. College hoops going down earlier today. Kansas just picked up a win in the previous game over NC State. As that score was 75-60. Auburn in the SEC rolling over the Big Ten this afternoon. Auburn, the number 2 team in the land, destroyed Ohio State 91-53. Shocker here, Texas A&M in an excellent game, ranked at number 17. The SEC proving strong once again. That is a victory in Indianapolis on neutral floor, but it was taking on Purdue, which is a home state match there for Purdue on a neutral floor match, which it gets counted as out in Indianapolis. Texas A&M won 70-66. Wisconsin took down Butler this afternoon. Big road win for Wisconsin, 83-74. Memphis, after losing against Arkansas State, they really needed a victory there for Memphis to get themselves back in the rankings, and they picked off Clemson today in overtime at Clemson, 87-82. And wow, Cincinnati in a 3-point win over Xavier. That's a really good game there. Great rivalry between those two teams. Cincy beat Xavier 68-65. A lot of great college hoops going down throughout the course of this afternoon. Florida, holy smokes, destroying Arizona State. Arizona State's pretty good, but the SEC just rolls supreme this season against non-conference opponents. Florida shredding Arizona State 71-47. Ole Miss looking good, up over Southern Miss 47-28. Arizona, UCLA, 7 seconds left to go. Arizona, 1-point lead at UCLA, 55-54. Just a ton of great college hoops going down. Also, Army-Navy, that football game's taking place as well. Navy looking to pull off the upset. The 6.5-point underdogs leading 20-10 for the Naval Academy against 11-1 Army. A lot of people thought that Army should have been in the college football playoffs, but they did get destroyed against Notre Dame, play that weak conference schedule, and Navy had 2 weeks to prepare, really taking it to Army right now. Yeah, SEC has been incredible. Just an absolutely stacked conference this year for the SEC. 8 out of the 16 teams in the conference are ranked. And Kentucky is 1 out of the 5 teams that's ranked inside the top 10. Tennessee's at number 1, Auburn at number 2, Kentucky at 5, Alabama at 7, Florida at 10. And just absolutely stacked. Every single team in the SEC has a winning overall record, doubling their wins from their losses at least for every team. The worst team in the conference for wins to losses is South Carolina. South Carolina has 3 losses. Everybody else with two losses, 1 or 0 right now. Tennessee and Florida still unbeaten. Kentucky is 1 out of 8 teams that have just 1 loss in the SEC. And just absolutely stacked. You're looking at just a historic year for the SEC with like potentially 12 bids out of 16 teams in the conference going to the NCAA tournament. It's going to be double digits, most likely. Anywhere from 10 to 12, I can see will make the NCAA tournament if they keep it up. Whereas the ACC, just flat out sad this year. You're looking at 2 bids possibly from the ACC, whereas other conferences like the A10, Missouri Valley could have the same amount of bids as the ACC this year. They have just 2 ranked teams out of 18 total in the conference. They gained more teams in the offseason with the addition in Cal and Stanford. And just horrific year. Multiple teams losing bye games to mid-majors in this ACC conference. 0-4 for Louisville going into this game against ranked opponents. They have losses against Duke, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and number 1 ranked Tennessee. So they're looking for a signature chance here. It's going to have to go up against the number 1 offense in the land, Kentucky. And Kentucky just so good on their whole floor. But nevertheless, should be a great battle today. With gonna erase away the records. Anything could happen in the Bluegrass battle. What's good, Pringle? Thanks for joining in, man. My prediction for this one, I like Kentucky in this game. They've played 7 home games right now. And this is the first road test for Louisville. Very tough when you're playing your first true road game together as a team under a new head coach. That's a really, really tough about that. It'd be shocking if they come out and pick up the win in this game. They're only a 9.5-point underdog, though, for the Cards in this one. But anytime you take on a Power 5 opponent and it's a road game for your team, in your first road game, it's very difficult. This is play-by-play only, so I cannot show the game due to copyright. It is play-by-play only. Ren Jeff, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Bucks or Hawks? I'm going to take Atlanta right there. I know that you're a Bucks fan, but that Hawks team, they're just feisty. Like, teams are struggling to put them away. and they look really, really good right now for Atlanta. Both the Bucks and the Hawks are looking solid recently, but that Hawks team has been surging up, and they give me the vibes of the Pacers from last year. Like, that team is explosive offensively, and they could very well make some noise in the playoffs. About to tip off in just a moment. Kentucky averaging 91.1 points per game, number 1 in the nation this season. They're top 35 in three-point makes this season. Colby Bray, outstanding season. Put it up over 12 points per game for him. They're loaded. 6 guys averaging double figures for this one. Kentucky, white uniforms, blue numbers, blue letters for this matchup. Louisville on the road with red uniforms, white numbers, white letters. Kentucky going right to left, Louisville going left to right. Amari Williams going up for the opening tip with James Scott as we are underway, and Kentucky controls the opening tip. Starting 5 on the floor for Kentucky: Otega Oweh, Lamont Butler, Jackson Robinson, Andrew Carr, and Amari Williams. At the left wing perimeter, Butler, as we get a quick foul here away from the basketball. That is charged to Noah Waterman in the first 16 seconds. Louisville starting lineup tonight: James Scott, Javon Hadley, Rain Smith, Chucky Hepburn, and Noah Waterman. Inbound to the baseline for Kentucky. Opening possession of this game. Outside to the wing to Carr. A transfer from Wake Forest. Carr sends it out on top over to Williams. Handoff to Robinson. Robinson around the perimeter. Lobs it inside a key. Little bobble right there by Williams. Able to pick it up. Low block. Puts it up and he scores. Upping it off the backboard. Amari Williams on the board. He is from the United Kingdom. A transfer from Drexel. This whole lineup is completely new for Kentucky under head coach Mark Pope in the offseason. They are stacked with upperclassmen, though, on the roster. First possession here for Louisville. Scott at the top, hands it off to Hepburn. Hepburn with a 3. Swoosh! That's good from downtown. The transfer from Wisconsin. Drawing a quick 3 to get the Cards on the board. 3-2. Second possession for Kentucky. Top of the free throw circle and around and in. Drops down for Jackson Robinson. Good little touch right there. Able to find the bounce. Cards with their second possession. Hepburn at the right wing perimeter. Pocket pass over to his teammate inside the key. Scott, handoff runner. Missed off the rim short. No good by Rain Smith. As Kentucky comes out of the pack with a defensive rebound. Up the floor here with Carr. Carr on the outside moves it off to his teammate Butler. Butler played for San Diego State. He was on the runner-up team, the UConn, 2 years ago that went to the national championship game. Kentucky turned it over as Hepburn came up with a steal at the baseline. Driving downhill, attacking the rack. Missed layup, though, by Hadley as Kentucky goes in the outlet pass off the rebound. One to beat. Butler underneath. Shovels to the trailer. Right down the middle. Throws it down with a right-handed flush. Otega Oweh bringing a hammer right there for a Big Blue Nation. 6-3 Kentucky. 2 minutes into action. Louisville with a possession. Handoff around the perimeter. Smith, free throw circle. Bounce pass. Hepburn launches a 3. No good off the mark. Offensive rebound. Putbacks there for 2 by Noah Waterman. 6-5 right now. Underneath, quick offensive possession here by Carr, and Carr behind the defense gets fouled. And Hill should be 2 shots here. This will be 2 free throws coming up in the line for Andrew Carr. We're just starting this one tonight. If you guys are doing the stream, smash that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. What a start to this game right now. Yeah, I'll get to, once I get into the timeout, I'll give you guys the rundown. My streaming provider that I get the games from, that I'm subscribed to, YouTube TV, it's going up $10 a month starting next month for me. So yeah, inflation has been really tough to keep up with, or so. It's going to be $83.99 starting next month. So it's going to be much tougher for me to start to make a profit here on the channel. If I want to keep the channels that I have through the YouTube TV contract. The reason why I switched last year from Sling to YouTube TV is so I could cover Celtics games. Sling didn't have that option for NBC Sports Boston and NBA TV. If I didn't get, if I still was on Sling, I wouldn't have been able to cover the stream with the Nuggets Clippers last night, and I wouldn't be able to cover any Celtics games besides the national TV ones. Bullseye! Kentucky lines it up with Jackson Robinson from the perimeter. Quick start here for Big Blue. First 2 minutes and 50 seconds of action. They already have 11 on the board. Very tough matchup for Louisville, ranked at number 130 in the nation in points allowed, going up against number 1 in scoring this season. Right down the middle. It's another 3 off the steal. Lamont Butler, bang, bang from the perimeter. And a timeout taken on the floor by Pat Kelsey for Louisville. 3 minutes into action, 14 points for the number 1 scoring team in the land, Big Blue Kentucky. Right now as the Cards have to burn a quick timeout. Just an electric start right now. Past couple years, Kentucky's been one of the top offensive teams, but this year they have played together like a complete team instead of the one and done. Mark Pope recruiting experienced players, 4-year guys, 5-year guys that's had redshirt seasons getting opportunities, and they're stacked with seniors and juniors on this team. Yeah, I do make money from like ads and memberships and super chat, but it hasn't been that much lately or so. Yeah, I think the last time I crossed the $100 mark was back in the playoffs in June. And plus, I'm paying for a subscription for YouTube TV and stuff, which is already $73.99 per month. Layup is good. Up and it off the glass by Terrence Edwards. Transfer from James Madison. They had a 30-plus win season last year for James Madison. Lost in the second round to Duke. Runner inside a key. Missed by Oweh off the back rim, and the rebound controlled by the Cards here. Up the floor for Louisville. Hepburn inside a key. Dish out to the wing. Hadley takes the 3. No good around the rim. And now this team is 3-point centric for Louisville. Top 10 in the nation in 3-point attempts per game this season. That's what they were at Charleston. They were a top 5 team. And it's good up and in off the glass by Terrence Edwards. 4-zip scoring run right now for Edwards. Amari Williams driving downhill. Missed the layup. Poked out of bounds. Off of Williams, according to the referees. It will go to the Cards here with the ball. Hey, what's good? Anastasia, welcome in. Yeah, thanks for the update there, Digital Marketing Solutions. Appreciate it here for being a part of the stream. I like Kentucky in this one. Five-point lead by Kentucky. Cardinals getting right back into this game, though. Hepburn crosses the midcourt logo. Hepburn slides it off to the left wing perimeter. Hadley backing his way on Colby Bray. Hadley mid-block at the low block. Skip pass right wing perimeter here for a 3-point shot that's off the mark by Connie Roots, a freshman from D.C. and Kentucky with the basketball, but they tossed it out of... Gets tossed out of bounds. We're going to head to the media timeout as well. So 15:36 left to go. First half as we take the first media break in the night. All right, so first media break of the night. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well to be notified here for future live streams. I cover both NBA and college hoops here on the channel. So a couple of days ago, I recently found out that starting in 2025, my streaming service is going to be increasing my monthly bill for how I'm able to access television and be able to get coverage here to stream these live games. So in order to keep on providing the best coverage as possible with these streams and to still keep on making a profit, I'm going to start to see if I can look into sponsorships here at the channel. If anybody knows of any potential sponsors out there, feel free to reach out. You guys are welcome to reach out to my email, or you guys are welcome to leave a comment as well on any one of my videos. I'll post my email in the chat. It's also in my about section 2, I believe, on the About Us page, but I got it right there in the chat if anybody has like any recommendations for sponsorships or anything. But yeah, I'm going to start to look into sponsorships here for my channel. So the 2 channels I get that I didn't have in my previous package are NBC Sports Boston and NBA TV. And NBC Sports Boston allows me to have access to all the Celtics games or so. And that's the reason why I went with YouTube TV last year with my streaming provider, so I could start to cover a lot of the Celtics streams, but they're going to be increasing their price by $10 a month or so, which is going to make it much more difficult for me to start to make a profit here for my channel, because the money that I'll be bringing in at the end of the month, if it keeps up, I'm on track to make only like $10 or $15 once that subscription comes in or so, instead of what it usually was, where I was making like a lot more, like in the hundreds or so. It's going to be like nothing or so, which is unfortunate. It's basically like what I'm going to be making is going to be like a half a tank of gas for my vehicle, which isn't really feasible in the future. So I'm hoping to see if I can get sponsorships here on my channel or so to at least keep these streams going on for the near future. Right now, it's very, very difficult once those that goes up $10 a month starting next month or so. It's going to get much, much tougher or so. If I can't be able to make a profit from that, I got a lot of opportunities with the college stuff. It's just there's nothing available until the start of January for me right now, because everybody else took basketball games and they hogged all the games, so I'm not getting any opportunities recently at the college broadcast stuff, which is unfortunate either. 80 miles apart between these 2 teams. Kentucky leading the all-time series 39-17. They've won the last 9 out of 11 against Louisville. So we come back from the first timeout. Kentucky gets the inbounds. At the mid-block here for the Wildcats, patiently backing her way with a turnaround hook shot, missed off the rim short by Brandon Garrison. As it goes back to the Cards here. Yes, I get Fox Providence. That's a regular station, so that I get that with Antenna TV. Yeah, I'm thinking about probably just, if I'm not making enough revenue here on the channel in the next couple months, just going to probably just go back to Antenna TV most likely, which means no ESPN, no Fox Sports 1, just strictly CBS and Fox for the time being. Kentucky just jacked up a 3 from the perimeter and suck it down. Lamont Butler out to a great game right now, and the Wildcats in transition. Andrew Carr scoring the bucket, 10-point lead just like that in the first 5 minutes for Kentucky. At the top with Terrence Edwards. He gets double-teamed. Edwards outside moves it off to a Chucky Hepburn. Hepburn, so far, he has got 3 points off of the first made bucket of the game for Louisville. Lobs it over to the low block, Hadley. Hadley 1-on-1 at the baseline. Outside finds Hepburn. Drives downhill to the cup. Huge rejection by Carr right there with a block. Here goes the Wildcats with possession up the floor. Top of the key, it goes back to Carr from Robinson. Carr dribbles up to the elbow, hand off to his teammate Butler around the perimeter. Out to an excellent start so far. Slides it off to the left wing. Robinson 1-on-1, drops it down to the low block. Garrison, 1-on-1 matchup, bobbled it, got it back inside the key, but referees blow the whistle, rule to travel. Defense early on, Andrew Carr stuffing Chucky Hepburn at the rim. Oh, wow, I didn't hear that yesterday. Chucky Hepburn brings it up the floor. 6 minutes into action so far, just 9 on the board for the Cards currently. Hepburn across the floor. James Scott, handoff, Edwards at the left wing. Step back 3 in the air, straight away, connects on it. Big shot right there from the transfer from James Madison. It puts it back within 7. Terrence Edwards averaging around 13 points per game. Kentucky gave it over. This is a 3-on-0. Louisville off the steal. Dunks it through with James Scott. That's what they need to do, driving upon a turnover right there. Louisville able to get that to get them back within 5. It's been a couple times that this game's got out of hand. A 10-point lead and a 9-point lead, but the Cards able to get themselves back within 5 once again. That was short-lived, though. Kobe Bray from the perimeter lighting it up as he sinks down the triple. An insane season for him from the perimeter. Reed Shepherd-like from last year, 56%, even greater than Reedy's, 56% from 3. For Bray this season. That's insane. Javon Hadley got bumped into at the corner. Wow. So Jacoby Brissett leaving the Patriots. Yeah, hopefully everything's all right with him mentally. It just sucks right there when you're the backup quarterback and you're not playing. Just once you get demoted from a starter to a backup, it really messes with your mental game. Some guys are able to, when they have a second run like Bryce Young, able to get themselves back into it and come back with a vengeance, but some guys just can never get back after they get benched. And that was the whole idea, too, that they brought in Brissett as a bridge quarterback to make sure that he's there to teach Drake May and then hand over the keys to Drake May when he's ready, like this season. Backdoor layup, good by Kentucky. Nice ball movement down low there. It's now 24-14. Louisville taking it right to the rim. A runner up and through. Good for 2 by Rain Smith for the Cards. Hanging in right now for Louisville. Just not enough stops for them defensively against the number 1 team in offense in the land this season, being Kentucky. Oh, wait. Bounce pass to the top of the key. Williams towards his left around the perimeter. Slides it off a left corner. Travis Perry, first time on the floor for the freshman from Eddyville, Kentucky. Top 80 recruits for a first year. On the outside, Bray dribbles up, drives inside the paint. Runner, kiss off the glass, score. Zapping it off the backboard. 2 more for Kobe Bray. 26-16, 11.5 left to go in the first. Hepburn on the outside, moves it off to Hadley. Hadley attacks inside the paint. Huge block right there by Williams. Just a force for Kentucky so far, doing it 2 ways in the court. Out to the cutter, wide open, throwing it down with a 2-handed flush. Bringing the energy, it's away once again, pounding it through off the roof shack. Timeout taken on the floor by Pat Kelsey. 28-16, the largest lead of the game for Big Blue right now. And Oweh getting into the rack as nobody was back defensively right there for the Cards. It was a complete straight line lane. You could fit 2 cars going through that driving lane right there to the rack. Man, Kentucky right now bringing the absolute energy. 6 for their last 6 shots from the floor. That is way too easy. Nobody back in transition defense for Louisville. And Kentucky is lighting it up on them. 79% from the floor. Just a testament that the SEC reigns supreme over the ACC and the rest of the land this season. Louisville shooting just 39% right now, only 2 for 8 from 3, 7 for 18 from the floor, whereas Kentucky's only missed 3 shots this entire game, 11 for 14, perfect 4 for 4 from 3. And balancing out those points, Oweh with 6, Butler's got 6, Carr's got 4, Bray's got 5. Just great balance so far here, a lot of experience with this Kentucky team, and there's just been no hot hands for Louisville, whereas Kentucky's got multiple guys poured in the points right now. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks all for joining and being a part here on the channel. I cover basketball action, play-by-play, college hoops, NBA. I'll be back in later tonight covering Rockets against Thunder for the NBA Cup semis. If you guys would like to join in for that one, feel free to do so. Bucks leading the Hawks 55-49 currently at halftime in the NBA Cup semifinals. Winner will take on that Thunder Rockets winner tonight. Scoreboard updates in college hoops. Ole Miss shredding Mississippi State Ole Miss shredding Southern Miss 60-36. Florida. Oh wait, is that a typo? Is that our? Wow. Whoa. I gotta go to Google to take a look at that score. Arizona State against Florida. Yeah, that's a typo there on NCAA.com. Florida beat Arizona State. That game just went final. 83-66. Florida with a big win over Arizona State today. Arkansas looking good over Central Arkansas, 77-49. SMU have an ACC team leading an SEC school right now, 53-44. SMU leads LSU currently. A lot of concerns about North Carolina this season. Haven't been up to par, but they're leading LaSalle in a game that they should have by a mile. They're winning that game 71-45. Navy leading Army, fourth quarter. 21-10 as the fourth quarter just started. Yeah, somebody asked me yesterday who I'm taking. I told them I'm going to take Navy for that one. Those guys from the Naval Academy, absolutely tough. What's good, Bill? Welcome in. Yeah, I'm liking the Hawks in that one too today. Yeah, they've been rolling recently, and they've caught off a lot of teams off guard. So back to action, 12-point game. 11 minutes left to go before halftime. Cardinals with the basketball. Hepburn playing the ISO ball. Step back three around the perimeter. Connects on it, though. 28-19. That's a big shot right there by Chucky Hepburn. His second made three of the game, up to 6 points. Kentucky with 9 assists on 11 made field goals. Make it 10 assists on 12 made field goals. Cutting backdoor. Kobe Bray attacks the rack. Throws it down with a two-hand flush. 11-point lead now for Big Blue. Louisville with a possession. Just not enough stops here for the Cards in this game. Already 30 points, not even midway through the opening quarter. Outside of Terrence Edwards. Edwards defended at the top of the key. He'll take a step back three, and he drills it. So these ISO ball step back threes at the top of the key are helping out Louisville at least stay in the game right now. Kentucky with possession, done a great job off the pick and roll, and that time the roller, Amari Williams, gets fouled. So 2 free throws going up at the line for Amari Williams. It's been just all game long. Pocket passes, finding cutters, backdoor to the hoop, swinging to the roll man down low. Kentucky's had all of that in the bag so far today. The Cardinals lacking rim protection, lacking interior defense this entire game. Points in the paint, 12-8 for Kentucky. 2 free throws here by Kentucky at the line, and the first one's no good. So Amari Williams missed the first one. Second shot by Williams at the free throw line, and that came off the rim short and goes empty that trip as the Cards collect a defensive rebound with Hadley. Quick three in transition for Louisville, no good, spun around the rim and outs. As Kentucky came up with a defensive rebound up the floor here for Big Blue as they drive, attack, downhill to the rim with Butler, and Butler gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up at the line here for Lamont Butler. It is charged to Chucky Hepburn, who picked up the personal foul. First free throw by Butler, no good. That's their third straight missed free throw in a row for Kentucky. Number 7, Andrew Carr, checks back on the floor. And number 15, Ainsley Monner, checks out. Second free throw is no good. That's 4 straight missed free throws by Kentucky. Previous 2 trips. Cardinals with possession. Those missed free throws keeping Louisville hanging in, down by 8. At the elbow, Hepburn swings it outside off to Edwards. Edwards had his pocket picked, and it will result in a reach-in foul charged to number 00, Atega Owe. Yeah, I do like OKC tonight in that game. Houston, they struggle to score for them. They're the number 1 defense and defensive efficiency. So yeah, I think it's going to be a really physical game, like a bloodbath. Both of those teams hate each other, and points are going to be tough to come by tonight in that game. But when it comes down to firepower, I think guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, those guys can get you buckets, and I think that's going to be the difference in that game, is that Golden State, they only had Steph, and Steph was limited with 19, whereas for Houston's defense, now you have to focus on a couple other guys that can pour in buckets, and SGA has had a huge season this year. Also, Jalen Williams having a really good year. So they got a couple more guys that give them scoring punch for OKC, which that should be able to provide a difference for them going up against a Houston team that really struggled to make shots against Golden State. Houston was lucky to even win that game. Golden State had a timeout, and I don't know what in the world Gary Payton II was doing right there, but he was down in the floor. Steph also, that's his fault too. He decided to jack up a shot when there was still enough time in the shot clock, when they had the 1-point lead. Could have taken the shot clock all the way down to 1 and then jacked it up, and then they battle for the rebound and the buzzer sounds. Instead, he left like 6 or 7 seconds on the shot clock, jacked up a shot, and it was enough time there for a rebound, which GP2 gave it away, and then they rolled the Golden State on the foul on that call. This ball went out of bounds off of Kentucky as they were battling for the second chance rebound. 8.5 left to go in the first half. Chucky Hepburn with possession for Louisville. Hepburn at the top of the key. Screen gets set by his teammate James Scott. Hepburn, a lot of dribbling off to Scott. Hand off Hepburn. Hepburn at the left elbow. Hepburn working on Butler. Kick out corner. 3 on its way. No good. Off the back rim. Missed by number 93, Noah Waterman. Hepburn still with the possession here off the offensive rebound. Circles underneath. Flings it off to his teammate. Double teamed. Had it stripped out of bounds. And it will stay Cardinals possession. So referee's point in Louisville's favor. This will stay Cardinals ball, 9 in the shot clock. And we'll head to a media timeout as well. Scoring drought for Kentucky right now. 2 minute and 51 second scoring drought. The issue for Louisville is that they haven't been able to take advantage of that either. They've been on a 2.5 minute scoring drought right now. So we head to the timeout. Kentucky up by 8. Hey, what's good? Vegas, welcome in, man. Really good start here for Kentucky. A couple times they were up by double digits. It's just Louisville hasn't been able to provide enough stops for themselves to keep from getting this game closer. And they're struggling with efficiency as well. Kentucky lights out, 12 for 17, 71%. The Cardinals playing a lot of isolation ball right now, going one-on-one, looking for matchups, and that's limited them to just 38% shooting currently. Hey, what's good? Cookbook, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. If you guys are doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'll be back in later tonight covering Rockets against Thunder as well for the NBA Cup semis. Illinois leading number 1 Tennessee right now, 10-5. Ole Miss crushing Southern Miss 66-39. Yeah, Providence is struggling right now. 24-14 at Mohegan Sun. It's St. Bonaventure with a 10-point lead. NBA Cup right now. Bucks lead the Hawks 55-49 at halftime. Army, Navy. Navy just got the football back after Army kicked the field goal. It's an 8-point game. Navy 21, Army 13. Yeah, I heard about that. Brace Hopkins out. That's tough there. So 8-point game right now as we're about to come back to action from the timeout. Really solid playmaking Kentucky squad so far. 10 assists on 12 made field goals. Yeah, I saw that. That Texas A&M team's a tough matchup for them. That team is really physical. And a lot of those guys, they were like, I think, sophomores 2 years ago, and they aged now to be seniors. And that's a dangerous team there. They're not really known for their efficiency, but they were making free throws late in that game. That's huge because I think last year when I was looking at their stats, last year they were like one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the country. They were also not that great at the free throw line, but they got to the free throw line more than anybody else. Louisville getting themselves winning 5 off the inbounds. Noah Waterman sinks down the triple. 5-point game. Kentucky in a scoring drought of around 3 minutes currently here. Jackson Robinson, top of the key off a double team. Pass off the roll down. Over the top is a two-hand alley-oop jam by Andrew Carr. Up on the rooftop right there. Beautiful pass by Robinson, floating it up to Carr, who soared up and dunked it off the alley-oop. 7-point lead here for Big Blue. Cards with possession. Hepburn drives to the low block. Hepburn off of the pivot. Flings it off to his teammate inside the key, and it's out of bounds. Actually, no. Referees will roll it. The ball did go out of bounds. Referees roll it, though, on a personal foul by Owe as he was holding up the Louisville player who was cutting to the hoop there. So the Cards very, very lucky on that call there as they're going to stay and get this basketball back coming up. So this will stay Louisville possession. Let's see. Hepburn finding the cutter with Connie Roots, and Roots got held up by Owe. Inbound for Louisville. Terrence Edwards. Step back three in the air. Wide open. He rips it through. All of a sudden, it's a 4-point game right now. 32-28. That's what the Cards needed to come alive and explode. Number 7 in the nation, averaging over 31 attempts per game from the perimeter. And of course, that's what comes with a Pat Kelsey perimeter-oriented team. It's take a bunch of threes, and it basically win or loss on their schedule depends on whether they make those threes or lose those threes. And today, they're starting to make a couple threes recently, up to 6 for 15 from the perimeter at 40%. So a solid clip right now. After a slow start for them, they started off just 2 for 8 from the perimeter, but started to make a couple of threes recently, which has helped out Louisville draw back, winning 4 in this game. Their defense getting much better. Kentucky's only scored 2 points in the last 5+ minutes. Butler drives inside the low block. Butler up fake. Butler goes up. Butler gets fouled. It's on number 9, Connie Roots, who picks up the shooting foul, and Butler will head to the free throw line, shoot 2 for Kentucky. That's now the 6th personal foul charged to Louisville in this half. So 2 shots at the free throw line here for Kentucky. First one is up, first one is good. Second shot, right down the middle. Number 11 checks in now with Travis Perry. Crossing midcourt with Hepburn. Hepburn playing almost the entire first half so far. A missed shot there by the Cards. Kentucky 6-point lead with possession. Brandon Garrison off to number 4, Kobe Bray, back on the floor. Top of the key with Carr. Carr lost it. His teammate able to pick it up at the wing, though, with Robinson. Shot clock down the 4. Robinson at the left corner, tiptoeing the baseline. Tough shot as he had to get one off as the shot clock was about to expire. And he stepped out of bounds with it, though, at the baseline either way. So it's going to result in a turnover for Kentucky. Yeah, it's a tough possession right there for a team that's been scoring a bunch of points. All of a sudden, their offense having some issues, and the Cardinals got the momentum right back in this game, only down by 6 here. They were down by 12 at one point. Cardinals with possession. Edwards slides it off to the left wing. Hadley. His pass moved on top, and fouled was Roots. So Roots got held up on. Kentucky picks up the personal foul. That is Jackson Robinson, his first personal foul. Cardinals get the inbounds. 5:20 left to go before halftime. Out to the left wing with Terrence Edwards. Edwards off the crossover, guarded by Bray. 101 left baseline dribble. Edwards underneath the hoop. Edwards turn around inside the key. Got it to go. Good for 2. It's a 4-point game right now. They just won't go away, will they? Erase the records. Erase the previous history. It's a rivalry game. Anything could happen when it's the greatest rivalry ever in the history of college basketball. We're looking at an upset right now in Army against Navy currently in that game as well, as Williams goes up to the rim, and 2 free throws coming up for Kentucky with Amari Williams. So we got Terrence Edwards Jr. to bite off the up fake there. Navy leading Army, 9 minutes left to go, 21-13. Two shots at the free throw line. First one is good for Kentucky. Second free throw. Right down the middle. Hey, there we go. Hawks making a comeback. Yeah, they were down against the Knicks at halftime too. They're a really good team late in games. They beat the Celtics in that first NBA Cup game. They beat them late, coming back by double digits. They beat the Knicks, coming back by double digits in the last game as well with a late surge. They're a really good fourth quarter team. If the Bucks can't build up that lead, watch out for the Hawks in the fourth quarter, because Trey gets red hot in the fourth quarter and starts to take over games. Cardinals going to shoot 3 shots coming up here at the free throw line. Noah Waterman fouled from the perimeter. First one is good. 36-31 now. And for Louisville, they have picked up 7 personal fouls currently. But yeah, they remind me of the Pacers from last season for that Hawks team. And check that. Waterman only got 2. One of his feet was on the 3-point line when he attempted a 3-point shot. Butler has possession, so he split the free throws to the line there for Noah Waterman. Jackson Robinson sends it on top over to Williams. Williams backs his way to the elbow. Williams inside the paint. Jump stop. Williams no good off the glass. Tough defense showing up right now for the Cards. 5-point game approaching. 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Hepburn at the top. He'll wait for his teammates to set it up here for Chucky. Chucky, dribble, drive up to the elbow. Chucky passes off to his teammate underneath the hoop. Couldn't finish, missed the layup. Should be a 3-point game right now, but unable to connect there was Terrence Edwards as he blew the layup. Quick 3 transition, bullseye, right down the chute. Jackson Robinson delivers in the 3. Wasn't much energy from the crowd in a while, but Jackson Robinson able to give Big Blue some momentum at Rupp. And a timeout taken on the floor by Pat Kelsey for Louisville. 39-31 with 3:43 left to go before halftime. A major 3 for the home team on the fast break. Pushing the basketball, jacking up a 28-footer and connecting on that. That's a huge swing in the game right there. A missed layup on Louisville's side of the floor underneath the hoop in what should have been a 36-33 game. And then on the other side, Kentucky goes quick off the rebound, and then fast break. They go a transition outlet to the perimeter and just a quick 3, and it gets buried. Jackson Robinson, 8 points. Lamont Butler, 8 points. Otega Owe with 6. Andrew Carr with 6. Kobe Breeze got 7. Just some really good balance for Kentucky so far today. That's now 12 assists on 14 made field goals, shooting 70% from the floor. Louisville hanging in this game right now. Just 1 turnover. That's been helping them out. Also, missed free throws by Kentucky, not helping out the colleges. 6 for 10 at the free throw line. Cardinals only getting to the free throw line once. That was Waterman, and that was recent, where he was 1 for 2 that trip. Terrence Edwards Jr., 13 points. Chucky Hepburn's got 6. Noah Waterman's got 6. They just need more players to step up. They only have 3 guys so far has really stepped up scoring, whereas Kentucky's able to provide scoring punch from 5 different players who scored at least 6 so far. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here. Right now we're in the timeout, media timeout with 3:43 left. Illinois leading number 1 ranked Tennessee 14-11. Ole Miss up against Southern Miss. That game just wrapped up. So that game has just gone to the final. 77-46 Ole Miss. Yeah, Providence having some issues against St. Bonaventure. 35-26 St. Bonaventure. That's a neutral court site game in Connecticut at Mohegan Sun. And over in the NBA, Bucks lead the Hawks 65-57. 7:40 left to go in the third. Navy just scored a touchdown, 28-13 with under 9 minutes left. Yeah, I took Navy in that game. I actually announced Navy when they came to Brown for water polo a couple months ago, and those guys were tough. They're a ranked top 20 team for water polo, and just how Navy played. They're just such a strong defensive team for water polo. They were blocking a ton of shots for them, and you could see that. Just those guys are trained to work hard. They got just some incredible work ethic for the Naval Academy, and they had some excellent players on their team, and wow, I was impressed by them throughout that entire weekend. I call like 2 or 3 games that Navy played that weekend for water polo. They look super impressive, and based on the Naval Academy style and work ethic, and that they have some extra weeks to prepare for nationally ranked Army, I thought, why not an upset? Navy by 6.5 in that game, and Navy money line to pick up the win, and looking really good for Navy right now in that one. And I'm never used to Army actually winning games for them. When I was growing up, Navy, I think they had like almost like a 20-game winning streak at one point, something something like that when I was much younger, when I was a kid growing up. I remember, who was it who played for the Patriots? Ryan Eckel, who he ran all over one of those games. I remember. Or was it Kevin Eckel? Yeah, it was definitely an Eckel that played for Navy, I feel like. 2008, 2009. Or Kyle Eckel. Yeah, Kyle Eckel. I think he played for the Patriots as well. I remember he had like a humongous game on the grounds. I want to get that stats to that game that he played against Army. $39-31. Yeah, Providence having a tough game so far. Inbound for Kentucky. Amari Williams moves it off to Bray. Corner 3. Missed off the back room, no good. Tipped up to the Cards for the defensive rebound. And Kentucky called on the... over to back off the rebound. Charge the car. Not in the bonus just yet, though. Wow, that was a long time ago. 2004. Wow. Fifth personal foul by Kentucky. Louisville with 7 as the Cards taking a distance. And one coming up as well at the free throw line for Chucky Hepburn. 6-point game right now. I don't remember exactly which one for Kyle Eckel. But here's the stats against Army. 2003, 29 carries for 152 yards and 2 touchdowns. 2004, 26 carries for 179 yards and 1 touchdown. It was one of those games I specifically remember when I was like in elementary school, and he just dominated in that Navy versus Army rivalry. Nice entry, pass down low, resulting in a layup score there for Kentucky. 41-34 right now. With 2:40 left to go before halftime, Hepburn at the right wing perimeter, playing a lot of iso ball right here. Swings it out to the left wing off to Hadley. Hadley dumps it off top of the free throw circle. Scott, hand off Hepburn. Hepburn at the top, 10 in the shot clock. Chucky drives on Carr. Chucky, turnaround jumper, no good, came up short. And Kentucky able to come up with a rebound there with Brandon Garrison. Quick up the floor, off the attack, shoveling off to the trailer, double clutch. And Garrison will shoot 2 at the line. 2 more free throws coming up here for Big Blue. Once again, looking to see if they can start to provide a double-digit lead for Kentucky. They've done that a couple times, but Louisville has been able to crawl on back in this game and make sure that they withstand those blows by Kentucky to make this one a close one. First shot at the free throw line, no good. Around the rim and out, missed by Brandon Garrison. Second free throw is good. Eight-point game approaching 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Cardinals with possession. Hadley drives down low with a left hand. Scoop score up and off the backboard. And the foul as well by Javon Hadley. Good move right there up to the cup as he got snuck around the up fake, number 10. Brandon Garrison, the one who was defending, and Hadley able to go with a really good move towards his left hand there and finish. Free throw by Hadley right down the middle. Man, they just will not go away so far in this game. A couple double-digit leads for Kentucky, and now Louisville draws back within 5 once again, 42-37. Erase the records. It's a rivalry game. Anything could happen. We're seeing it right here, right now. And away from the basketball, the Cards pick up the personal foul. Terrence Edwards, deep foul trouble for him early on. That's his third. So we'll see some more free throws coming up at the line here. Jackson Robinson about to shoot 2. Wow. Yeah, he's looking like he's going to be a top 3 pick for Dylan Harper. So Dylan Harper with a buzzer beater there for Rutgers to beat Seton Hall. Wow. Second free throw, good. So many good rivalry games today. They had Xavier, Cincinnati, Rutgers, Seton Hall. Minute 45 left to go before halftime. Cards with possession. Skip pass, right corner, Waterman. Outside to his teammate, Connie Roots. Into the hands to Hepburn. Lobs it off to Hadley here. Hadley, top of the key. Slides it over to Hepburn. 6 on the shot clock. Chucky. Outside, deflected. Gonna get a shot off. Back to Chucky. Pulls up from deep. Bowie hits it. Bang, bang for Chucky Hepburn on a 30-foot pull-up. 4-point game right now, and we got human dominoes over the floors. Kentucky lost it at the baseline. Stayed in the court of play. Louisville came up with a basketball. And Kentucky, though, they were out of bounds with it. Jackson Robinson called in the turnover. Only a 4-point game right now. It'll be Cardinals possession. This Louisville team really showing heart. They were outmatched early on. First 10 minutes, they surrendered 32 points. Last 9 minutes, they have surrendered just 9. Cardinals with possession. And away from the basketball, Kentucky picks up the foul. That's on Garrison away from the ball. That's his second. And this will send the Cards into the bonus. One-on-one bonus is no good. Kentucky secures the rebound. Carr slides it off to the right wing. Robinson, top of the key into the hands to Butler. Dribble drive, attacks inside the paint. Offensive foul. Chucky Hepburn takes the charge as the Cards will get the ball back. Four-point lead currently. 40 seconds left to go before halftime. Cardinals with possession. Hepburn at the wing. Working on Hadley 101. 12-second differential. Shot clock and game clock to close out. Going to halftime. Hepburn. Edge of the midcourt logo. Hepburn. Switch steer guarded by Bray. Hepburn moves it off to the corner. Waterman attacks the paint. Waterman no good off the glass. Stumbles as well. Able to get up on his feet. And Kentucky with 10 seconds left with the basketball. Final possession to close out going to halftime here. Dribble. Drive. Right down the lane inside. Double clutch. It is good. Up and it off the glass. Good for 2. Right before the buzzer by Lamont Butler. 46-40. Big Blue up by 6 in the first half, combining for 86 points at Rupp Arena. It was a great start for Kentucky. Wheels fell off offensively in the final 10 minutes, but Butler there with a little bit of momentum for them to take them into the next 20 and enter halftime with a 6-point lead. Quality possession to close out going to half there for Kentucky. Butler just attacking the defense. That's what they did early on. Good battle right now. Really good game taking place. All right, so we go into halftime. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. And here's a college hoops game for everybody. Here's a lot of people have been asking me if I still stream college hoops. And yeah, today, right now I am today still streaming college hoops. And we'll see if that continues. This first half, we only have single digits watching now. So, If I'm going to keep on streaming college hoops, it's probably not until the NCAA tournament if it keeps up on being this way, because it's barely anybody is joining in. And a big reason why is because other people are still illegally streaming the college basketball stuff, which takes away what I'm passionate about and what I like to do, which is unfortunate. So still, it's an issue. I wanted to do this one to see if there was any change from last year, that people were illegally streaming those college basketball games in the regular season, and nope, it's still like that. And of course, it happens at the same time that there's a really good NBA Cup game going on as well. Just unfortunate that other streams have probably like 1,000 plus people viewing those streams, and then mine gets single digits because of other people getting in the way with showing the actual game or so. Yeah, it seems like it just pops off during March Madness, and what's helpful is that all those people who get away with showing the game they get cracked down by the NCAA and can't do that when March rolls around or so. So yeah, I'm probably, because the numbers just aren't here for the college hoops, unfortunately, I'm probably gonna stick to the NBA coverage, and then March gonna get into the college for the tournament stuff, and hopefully by then it will start to pop off or so. Yep, on pace for 100 right now for Kentucky. How they've been playing so far. That's now 13 assists on 16 made field goals, shooting just under 70%. Lamont Butler, 12 points. Jackson Robinson, 10 points. 7 points by Kobe Bray. 6 each by Andrew Carr and Otega Owe so far. Yeah, appreciate it, Ren Jeff. Thanks so much, man. Yeah, I was just saying that it's difficult to find my streams for the college hoops because so many people are probably streaming these college games and they're doing it illegally, whereas like they probably have like 1,000 plus people watching it, that they show like the actual screen on ESPN. So like nobody's able to find my streams because it's dug up by everybody else's who just crowds the algorithm. Yeah, I'm gonna see myself here. So Louisville versus Kentucky basketball live. If I type that in, go by view count. Yeah, there's a stream that has over 7,000 people watching it because they're showing the actual screen. There's another one that has over 6,000 people watching it. These people, there's multiple channels that's showing the actual screen to the games. They can't get away with it for the NBA, but the NBA takes that down immediately. But they're getting away with it over on YouTube for the college basketball stuff, and it's been like that for the last couple of years, which has made it very, very difficult for my channel to be able to get found. Yeah, a couple other people are streaming the same thing as me, and they're getting like only like single digit views as well. So it's unfortunate. It's because all these people are showing the actual screen of the game, which takes away the fun. Yeah, I've got raided during the playoffs quite a bit. Sports Fury comes on and they do a couple raids from time to time. Hawks and Bucks tied up 78-78 in the final minute left to go in the third, and Navy is 5 minutes away from winning against Army, 28-13 Navy. Wow, I just found this out. Bill Belichick inquired about the New York Jets coaching vacancy before taking the UNC job. This is according to a source confirming to ESPN. The Athletic was the first to report this news. Wow. I thought that he would never take another coaching job for the Jets. He had said a couple months ago on the Manning cast that it's just completely backwards over there with Woody Johnson, and that how he fired Robert Saleh, and that Saleh should have never got fired in the first place, that's an ownership issue under Woody Johnson and the Jets just pulling the plug way too fast, that they've got a dysfunctional organization, and yep, it's the Jets. Wow, I would have never thought in my life that I would see Bill Belichick and the Jets holding possible head coaching conversations with one another. Wow. Gilly Illy, appreciate it. Thanks so much, brother. Anastasia, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. Yeah, trying to do the best like always. Doing content for you guys here for these live streams. It's just, yeah, there's the college streams for some reason are very tough to find my channel because I just looked. There's a bunch of other channels on YouTube that's illegally showing this game that has thousands and thousands of streams, or thousands and thousands of viewers, because they're showing the actual screen of it. Illinois leading Tennessee 24-21. Southern Miss, Ole Miss, that game is wrapped up. Ole Miss picked up a big win over Southern Miss today. Auburn shredded Ohio State 91-53. Wow, Janai Broome, incredible game for him. 21 points, 20 rebounds. The first player in a century with a 20-20-5 game for Janai Broome of Auburn. That's insane. He had 6 assists as well today. Wow. I got him on the new cover photo for the channel. I got Cooper Flagg, Janai Broome, Mark Sears, and RJ Davis. Yeah, I probably should have thought about taking somebody else other than Davis. I put Davis on around Thanksgiving, but he's had a couple rough games recently for him. He was really good last year. Yeah, thanks so much, Gilly Illy. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, the NBA content's really been popping off, like, last couple weeks or so. I guess because that Grizzlies-Celtics game from last Saturday, people were coming in the chat saying that they had, like, issues with Stream East, that for some reason Stream East wasn't giving them access to get on and watch the game, that it was down during that time for the Celtics-Grizzlies game. So a bunch of people who usually watch on Stream East were coming into the chat for that game to come into my channel, which was awesome. We got like over 15,000 people that viewed that stream from a week ago, Celtics against Grizzlies, and last night we had a ton of people that poured in for the Nuggets-Clippers game yesterday. That was a blowout, and we got a ton of people on that, so that was awesome yesterday. Hey, what's good, Charlisa? Welcome in. And I'll be back later tonight as well. Around 2 hours from now, it will be the Thunder against the Rockets. So I'll be back for a second stream later tonight after this one. Thunder against Rockets should be a fun game in the NBA Cup. Yeah, just hoping to keep on growing. I did put in the community tab for tomorrow, Celtics against Wizards. I'm hoping to be live for that one. Tomorrow I'm gonna go visit my girlfriend around like 1:30 or so. I told her around like probably like 4:30 because she lives an hour away. That I'm probably gonna leave around like 4:30 or so, since she's like an hour 15 from where I am or so. If for some reason I'm not live at 6 for the Celtics. I'll join in progress tomorrow if I do get back late for some reason due to traffic. I don't think traffic should be that big of a problem, though, tomorrow, because the Patriots are at Arizona tomorrow, because I usually take 95. I go, like, right past the Foxborough exit for Gillette Stadium to get to her place. And sometimes when the Patriots play, the traffic gets backed up around there, but they're on the road tomorrow. Man, Patriots playing just a bad time slot tomorrow. Like, we got the Lions against the Bills tomorrow, the Steelers against the Eagles, the Bucks and Chargers, the Broncos and Colts. There's 4 really good matchups in that 4:30 p.m. time slot, and then the Patriots are at the Cardinals tomorrow. Like, that's brutal. If you guys haven't seen the NFL schedule for tomorrow, check the difference between the 1 p.m. games and the 4:30 p.m. games. The 1 p.m. games are so bad for tomorrow. The Chiefs are at the Browns tomorrow. Like, in the 1 o'clock time slot, there's so many good teams that's at, or so many good teams that's playing a really bad team, or there's 2 bad teams that's playing against one another tomorrow. Like the Ravens are playing against the Giants tomorrow. Like, that's going to be a blowout. I think the line on that's like 12.5. Like, it's so many lopsided games in the 1 p.m. time slot, and then the 4:30 p.m. is stacked. Like, in a week that you could have multiple games in that 4:30 p.m. time slot be contenders for a Sunday night game, potentially any of those weeks, and that's what they have. They have 4 really good games competing against one another. Like, we have the game of the year, Bills against Lions tomorrow, which is going to be a shootout, I feel like, taking place at the same time as Philadelphia against Pittsburgh, which Pittsburgh's having a really solid season for them. That's going to be like a defensive slugfest, most likely, whereas Philly is just red hot right now. That's a battle between 2 teams on the opposite side of Pennsylvania against one another. It's just, yeah, what a brutal 1 p.m. time slot they have. The best game in that 1 p.m. time slot's the Texans against the Dolphins. That's like the only game that means something. Miami's still playing for a playoff spot, whereas Houston right now leads the AFC South. So that's the only good game tomorrow at 1 p.m. I'm going to see if I can bring up that schedule. By the way, the Hawks and the Bucks going right after one another. 11 minutes left to go. Bucks lead by 1, 85-84. If any of those 1 p.m. games go off tomorrow, I'm hoping at least all of them are better than what we saw on Thursday. The Rams against Niners. That was bad. Field goals. There were 6 combined field goals in that game, no touchdowns. Here's the 1 p.m. games. This is just an absolutely brutal slate. Chiefs at Browns, Bengals against Titans, Commanders at Saints, Ravens at Giants, Cowboys and Panthers, Jets against Jaguars. There you go. And then actually one that's meaningful, Dolphins at Texans tomorrow. That's actually a really good game. And then 425 is stacked. Colts at Broncos. That's a battle for like the number 7 seed in the wild card. Bills at Lions. Home field advantage for both of those teams, possibly in the line for AFC and NFC. That's a shootout. Both of those teams top 3 in the NFL right now. Steelers at Eagles. That's a really good game. Steelers shockingly 10-3. Eagles red hot 11-2. And then Patriots at Cardinals at the same time slot as those 4. Bucks and Chargers as well is at 425. That's a good game. Chargers wildcard team. Bucks lead the AFC South by a game. And then the night game is Packers at Seahawks, which is a really good game too. Bears at Vikings on Monday night and Falcons at Raiders on Monday night. Oof. Here's my reasoning here. Bears at Vikings got put on ABC/ESPN+. Falcons at Raiders got put on ESPN. Why not just put the Falcons at Raiders on ESPN+, honestly? That's going to be a brutal game. Falcons 6-7, Raiders 2-11. I'm stunned by now that Antonio Pierce he hasn't been fired yet. Been a lot of tensions with the Raiders. It's been just a disaster since like week 2 this season, week 2, week 3 for them, ever since there was like an article that Antonio Pierce, once they lost against the Panthers, that's when he lost the team, that when he said during his press conference that some of the players were strictly there for business decisions and didn't care about that game at all against the Panthers. Like, he completely lost the locker room in the opening month of the season. And still hasn't been fired yet for some reason. Yeah, I like Dylan Gabriel there for Oregon. I think probably record-wise, it might go to him. But yeah, the running back for Boise State, holy smokes, he deserves to get it for him. He's had multiple 200-plus rushing games this year. He's a monster on the ground for that dude. Back to action, start to the second half, and the Cards knock down a shot to begin half number 2. Chucky Hepburn with an assist. That was over to James Scott, who scored a bucket. 4-point game beginning the second half of action. Kentucky left to right in the floor with half number 2. Jackson Robinson drives inside the paint, shovels off the Butler, takes the 3, knocks down the 3 from the perimeter. Lamont Butler starting to light it up here for the San Diego State transfer. Cardinals second possession. Hepburn off to Scott, back into the hands to Hepburn. Dribbles up to the elbow, finds number 6 Rain Smith around the perimeter. Slides it off to his right to Hadley. Back on top to Scott. Scott finds Hepburn at the top. 12 in the shot clock. Chucky dribbles up, drives mid-block, bounce pass. Waterman cuts back door, kick out corner, open 3, got it. Rain Smith knocks down the triple. 49-45. Corner threes, that's a specialty for the Cards. That was what those Charleston teams used to do under head coach Pat Kelsey. Drill a bunch of corner threes as Kentucky missed the 3. Offensive rebound controlled by Cardo. Another chance from 3. Butler lights up as he drills another one. Second chance points. Great box out there by Carr, and the Carr came up with a steal as well underneath the hoop as Louisville lost it off Hadley. 7-point lead here. They can go by 10 with a 3. Jumper, deep 2. Off the mark, no good. Missed by Owe. He's got 6 points so far today as Waterman collected a defensive rebound. Chucky Hepburn drives, attacks inside the paint over Robinson. Got it to go and one. Coming up at the free throw line for Chucky Hepburn. Man, this dude is shifty right now. The man with the afro, number 24, a transfer from Wisconsin, Chucky Hepburn. Head full of steam, attacking the rack as he was driving right on Jackson. Or that is Amari Williams, number 22. He was attacking on and scored it and won. Hepburn with 14. Free throw is no good. Couple big rebounds to begin this half for Andrew Carr. Carr with 4 rebounds right now. 6 points for him tonight. Lamont Butler leads the way with 18 in this game. Hepburn's got 14, top score for Louisville. Butler. Dribble handoff off to Robinson. Missed the layup. No good off the glass. Tipped over to Waterman for the defensive rebound. Cardinals with possession. Javon Hadley. Crossover, attacks inside the key. Working on Carr here at the low right block. Hadley showing patience. Hadley backing his way. Turnaround shot. No good off the mark. And tipped off the cylinder with a personal foul charge to number 0 for the Cards. Over the back, picked up, charge to James Scott. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I cover basketball action on the channel, play-by-play, college hoops and NBA here on this channel. James Scott just picked up his 4th personal foul, so he's going to be sitting on the bench for quite a bit of time now. 5-point lead for Kentucky. 17.5 left to go in the second half. Top of the key for the Wildcats. Left wing perimeter here with Butler. Lobs it over to Brandon Garrison. Garrison swings it outside to the top. Butler catching fire. 3. Right down the chute. Delivers. Bang, bang for Lamont Butler. Having a huge game tonight for the transfer from SDSU. Perfect. 7 for 7 from the floor. Perfect. 5 for 5 from the perimeter with 21 points. Out to the left quarter, Waterman. Waterman at the left wing of the perimeter. Defended by Garrison 101 puts the ball into the hands to Hepburn. 10 on the shot clock. Chucky bounce pass on top off to Hadley. Outside to his teammate. Catch and fire. 3 came off the rim short by Rain Smith. Battle for the rebound. Tipped around and Andrew Carr out of the pack comes down with it for Kentucky. Carr had his pocket pick. Lost it. Turnover for a brief moment. In and out of the hands of Hepburn though. Right to the key. Lucky bounce for Kentucky. It's Brandon Garrison who attacks the rack with a dunk. What a bounce that went Kentucky's way. 10-point lead. Whole Rupp Arena right now explodes. Really, really lucky bounce there. And the Cardinals take it up the floor and they'll burn a timeout with 16:32 left to go in this game. A 10-point lead. That's the third double-digit lead of the game for Kentucky right now as we head to the timeout. Lamont Butler, red hot. 21 points, perfect. 7 for 7 from the floor today in 19 minutes. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe as we head over to this timeout. Kentucky lights out this entire game. 67% shooting, 8 for 11 from three-point range. That's 16 assists on 20 made field goals. Assist difference is 16 of 4. Kentucky is quadrupling Louisville in total assists in this game. NBA Cup going on. 91-90. Bucks lead by 1 against the Hawks. Illinois, Tennessee tied up at 30. Final 20 seconds left to go in the halftime in that game. Navy just picked up a big win over Army. 31-13 for Navy. There we go. PC cutting it to 5 right now. They were down by double digits against St. Bonaventure. Yeah, I actually took Navy in that game. When I grew up in my childhood, it was always Navy. And now it's switched to Army the past couple years. But big win for Navy there. Like those types of games, Navy was 8-3, Army 11-1. That's one of those games that those two teams, the wins and losses are pretty close together. That you got to throw those records out the window because it's a rivalry game and anything could happen. This is certainly a game like that as well. Kentucky 9-1, Louisville. Good start for them this year at 6-4, but this is the first true road contest for Louisville. And Kentucky up by 10, third double-digit lead of the game. It's just the Cards will not go away in this game. It's a resilient Louisville bunch that they have right now, even though they're down. Once again, the third time by double digits. They've been hanging in this entire game. It's all going to strictly come down to whether they can make their shots late in crunch time in this game or if they're going to crack under pressure. That's going to be the difference because Kentucky, there's not much stopping Lamont Butler. 21 points. He also missed the previous 2 games. He's perfect from the floor. He plays at just such a high level. He was the leader on that San Diego State team from 2 years ago that faced UConn in the national championship. He hit the game winner against Florida Atlantic in the Final Four for Lamont Butler, and he has scored 10-plus points in the previous 6 games that he's played with Kentucky. So this dude, just the absolute leader on the floor, and that's what they need for Big Blue this year. They have a ton of experienced guys. That's the difference between head coach Cal, former Coach Cal, which he had the one-and-done guys, where is Mark Pope. He's bringing in transfers, NIL, experienced dudes into the program that's seniors, fifth-year seniors, redshirt seniors in their 5th or 6th season, juniors on the team. He's bringing in 4th and 5th-year guys on the team, and things looking really good so far for number 5 ranked Kentucky. Cardinals just scored. 16 minutes left to go. Kentucky showing patience, backing your way to the mid-block. Bounce pass off to the trailer, soars up, and it's good for the layup by Lamont Butler. What a game by LB tonight. 23 points right now with under 16 minutes remaining. Cardinals with a possession at the right wing perimeter. Hepburn attacks inside the paint for Chucky, floats up the shot, and gets fouled. It will take the under 16 timeout with 15:39 left to go. And Chucky Hepburn will shoot 2 coming up at the line. That's Butler's first personal foul of the night. Great game we got here. Lamont Butler, 23 out of the 59 for Kentucky. Ten-point lead. Cardinals will have free throws coming up after the timeout. 94-92. Bucks by 2. With 5:45 left to go in the fourth quarter. Wow, here we go. A little shake-up here in the NBA. The Brooklyn Nets are finalizing a deal to send guard Dennis Schroeder in one second-round pick to the Golden State Warriors for DeAnthony Melton and 3 second-round picks. So this is a shams bomb from a couple hours ago. Dennis Schroeder gets traded to the Golden State Warriors from the Brooklyn Nets for DeAnthony Melton. UCLA came back and beat Arizona 57-54. UCLA stunning Arizona. Arizona was ranked inside the top 25 and bounced out, and UCLA is ranked at number 24. If you guys enjoy the content, make sure to smash that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. As right now we're on a quick media break currently. 15:39 left to go in the second half. Just such an efficient game for Kentucky. 21 for 31 shooting, 73% from the floor, or 68% from the floor. They're shooting 8 for 11, 73% from three-point range. Louisville has attempted 12 shots greater. Even though Kentucky leads the rebounds 24-15, the Cards lead the offensive rebounds 5-2. The difference maker in this game is assists. Kentucky is quadrupling Louisville in assists, 17-4. Cardinals playing a lot of isolation, one-on-one ball, whereas Kentucky is using guys off ball, cutting to the hoop backdoor, rolling to the rim, and the Cards having a tough time defending those rollers backdoor and cutting behind the defense to the rim. Struggling against that pick-and-roll offense right now. Chucky Hepburn will shoot 2 at the free throw line. Back to action. First one is good. 59-50. Hepburn leading the way with 15 for the Cards. Lamont Butler is the leading scorer. 23 points for Kentucky. Second free throw missed by Hepburn. Ripped away off the glass as that gets rebounded by Garrison. Wildcats with a 9-point lead. Butler has made 11 out of 13 points he has scored in the second half. Top of the free throw circle, Garrison going to keep on going to the hot hand with Butler. Here's a three coming off the screen. Bray missed off the mark, no good. Hepburn collects the defensive rebound. Up the floor here for Chucky for Louisville. Edwards sends it out on top to Waterman. Waterman towards his right, dribbles up to the elbow. Step back three, takes it for the big fella, and he makes it a laser from downtown for number 93, Noah Waterman. It's a 6-point game, 59-53. 15 minutes left to go. Bray at the top. Screen gets set by Garrison. Sends it out to the corner. Carr dribbles up inside a key for Andrew Carr. Puts in a shot. No good off the rim. Battle for the rebound and is ripped away by Waterman, who hit the deck with a board. Hepburn up the floor here for the Cards. Chucky. Entry pass inside off to Hadley. Hadley underneath with a right hand. Got it to go. And one coming up as well at the free throw line for Javon Hadley. It's a 4-point game all of a sudden. What a battle right now between these two teams. 59-55. Just an excellent battle so far tonight. Hadley, 7 points, 4 rebounds, and whenever you think that the Cards are going away once Kentucky hits double digits, think again as Louisville has been able to mount another run in this game. Free throw is good. 7-zip run last. Minute 20 stretch to pull win in one possession. 59-56. Wildcats with the basketball. Lamont Butler. He's been the man of the match so far tonight. Top of the key, hounded by Hepburn. Been a key player for Louisville leading the way. 7-zip run with the Cars. Butler attacks the paint and gets fouled from behind by Hepburn. Great effort right there by Chucky, though. Got a little bit of contact from behind. Lamont Butler will shoot two coming up at the free throw line. And what a matchup. Both of these guys, 6'2" guards. Chucky Hepburn out of Omaha, Nebraska, a transfer from Wisconsin, a San Diego State transfer with Lamont Butler out of Moreno Valley, California. Played in a national championship runner-up team from SDSU 2 years ago. First free throw was no good. He had that game winner against Florida Atlantic in the Final Four. Oh, that should be a great game tonight. Creighton at Alabama tonight at 8:30 exclusively on the SEC Network. That's a great matchup tonight. Good job for those two teams to schedule each other in a non-conference. Second free throw is good. 4-point game. Butler with 24. Hepburn slides it on top off to Hadley. Hadley, hand off to his teammate Edwards. Edwards, runner at the baseline. No good. Rattled out. Tipped out of bounds. Last touched off of Louisville. .14 minutes left. Lamont Butler crosses midcourt. Amari Williams, hand off to Butler around the perimeter. Butler, strong drive, attacks the rack with a right-hand finger roll. Got two more. 26 for Lamont Butler. This man is a machine tonight. Rain Smith on the outside finds Hadley. To the left wing with Connie Roots. Outside to Hepburn. Too much space. Oh, it's too easy. Chucky Hepburn buries the three. And yes, indeed, Kentucky needs to work on their defense as they left Chucky Hepburn completely wide open from the perimeter. He had 15 points. The team's leading scorer entering that shot there, now up to 18, 4 for 7 from the perimeter. Good post moves down low off the pivot there as Amari Williams scores for 2. 5-point game, loose ball as Louisville turns it over. Kentucky, here they go on the break. This is when they are most lethal, but Robinson had it poked out of bounds from behind. Usually, when they have numbers there in transition, that results in 2 at the free throw line. Great defense there coming on back for Louisville to poke it loose to result in nothing. Just a tremendous battle with 13 minutes left. Travis Perry will be the inbound passer. Perry moves it off to the corner. Baseline jumper. Jackson Robinson missed off the mark. Rebounded, controlled as it went directly back to him. Robinson kaboinked another three off the back rim. Bray at the top of the key is shooting an insane 58% clip from the perimeter. Williams at the top here. 10 in the shot clock. Outside it goes to Robinson. Robinson, right baseline. As he is guarded by Waterman. Out to his teammate at the wing. Ainsley Almanor missed a three. He had 3 shot attempts there and could not send one down for Kentucky. Cards down by just 5. Right baseline dribble. Hepburn. Backdoor. Scoop score. Up and enough the backboard. Good for the layup. Chucky Hepburn keeping his team right in it right now in a 3-point game. Hand off to Bray around the perimeter. Bray. Step back 3 in the air contested. Oh, he buries it. Kobe Bray rips one down. 3, top of the key. 6-point lead for Kentucky. What a game between these two teams. Hepburn drives, attacks, low block Chucky. Kick out to the corner. Able to keep it in the court of play with Javon Hadley. His pass gets picked off at the top of the key. Intercepted by Kentucky. Louisville reaches in on the foul. 12 minutes left to go as we reach the 12-minute media timeout. Break even. Great battle between these two teams as we take the 12-minute media break. 67-61, exactly at the 12-minute mark left to go. 26 points by Lamont Butler, still shooting a perfect 9 for 9 from the floor, perfect 5 for 5 from 3-point range. 10 points each by Colby Bray and Jackson Robinson. And then for Louisville, Chucky Hepburn. Big game by him. 20 points on 7 for 12 from the floor, 4 for 7 from the perimeter. Terrence Edwards Jr.'s got 13 tonight. Difference in the rotation. Kentucky going 2 guys deeper than Louisville tonight. Louisville's gone with a 7-man rotation. Kentucky's gone with a 9-man rotation. And a huge difference been bench points. And you can think, or a huge difference between just points here. General, Lamont Butler was on the bench at that moment, but he did start tonight. Bench points are even, 13-13, but the difference maker's been the assists tonight. Kentucky, 17 assists, almost quadrupling up Louisville, which is 5 assists. Yeah, it's been a really close game right now. We got a bunch of people pouring in. Thanks for joining in. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Type in the chat who you guys are rooting for tonight to win this one, Kentucky or Louisville, and appreciate here for being a part on the stream. Quick scoreboard update right now for college hoops. Tennessee leading Illinois at halftime, 31-30. Mississippi State only up by 2 against McNeese State, 24-22. St. Bonaventure holding on to an 8-point lead against Providence at Mohegan Sun, 61-53. West Virginia leading Bethune-Cookman, 69-55. Georgia looking good tonight, leading one of the top mid-majors, 33-23 against Grand Canyon. I'll be back later today covering Oklahoma City versus Houston for the NBA Cup semifinals at 8:30 p.m. Feel free to join in for that one if you guys would like as well. Milwaukee Bucks leading the Atlanta Hawks in the NBA Cup semis, 103-97 with 3 minutes left to go. Giannis double-double, 30 points, 12 rebounds. Trae Young double-double, 30.7 boards, 10 assists for Trae Young tonight. It's a 6-point game there with 3 minutes remaining. Navy upsets Army, 31-13 in the annual Navy versus Army college football battle. Yes, exactly so, Vegas. That's what I said 2 years ago when Providence was upset and lost against St. Louis. Providence lost to St. Louis at Mohegan Sun, and I went in person to watch that game. And I was with one of my good friends, too. And after the game, all we talked about on the ride home was like, that loss right there might have eliminated Providence from NCAA tournament contention. It actually didn't, because Providence got the final spot in the NCAA tournament that year, and guess who they played? They played Kentucky in the 11 versus 6 game, and that was 2 weeks after Ed Cooley put his house up for sale on Zillow, and they lost that game. And in the game previous to the NCAA tournament game, Providence got destroyed by Creighton in the Big East tournament. And there were questions whether Providence would be in the NCAA tournament or NIT leading up to that 2022 NCAA tournament game. That loss against St. Louis, I thought at the time, would have put them as the number 1 overall seed in the NIT. Back to action. Chucky Hepburn with a 3. Missed off the mark, no good. Andrew Carr with a defensive rebound. And Louisville commits the over-the-back foul. That's now the 4th personal foul charged to the Cards. Kentucky with 3 in this half. That is on Scott. And he has just fouled out of the game. That is his 5th personal foul by James Scott with 11:37 left to go. Wow. So they are... He's done. James Scott is done for this game. He just picked up his 5th personal foul. They've played just a 7-man rotation tonight for Louisville. As Scott, yeah, he pushed over the back. That's over the back there. He pushed over the back trying to come up for the rebounds as he pushed Brandon Garrison from the back. That's his 5th. So if you guys are just joining in, James Scott, number 0, has just fouled out. He is done for the game. And Terrence Edwards Jr. has 4 personal fouls. Terrence Edwards Jr. has 13 points. He is the number 2 scorer behind Chucky Hepburn with 20 points. So Louisville in a lot of foul trouble. Scott just fouled out. Edwards Jr. has 4 personal fouls. Chucky Hepburn has 2. It's not looking so hot for the Cards right now. They've played a 7-man rotation. Haven't played deep at all this game. Kentucky's gone with a 9-man rotation. And everybody's playing with either 0 fouls, 1 foul, or 2 fouls for Kentucky. Nobody with 3, 4, or 5 in this game for Big Blue. So they're doing a great job with nobody in foul trouble, whereas Louisville just had a guy fall out. And now you got 6 guys in the rotation. That's it under head coach Pat Kelsey for the remaining part of this game. Kentucky with possession. Left wing perimeter with Brandon Garrison. Garrison looking to move it off. 15 on the shot clock. Puts the ball into the hands to Bray. Bounce pass off to Carr, top of the key towards his right. Andrew Carr hands it off to Owe. A lob. Cutter. Backdoor. Carr receives it. And he soars up. Throws it down with a 2-handed flush. It's an 8-point lead for Big Blue. Approaching 11 minutes left to go. Hepburn slowing down tempo. Hepburn slowing down tempo as they're trailing by 8. Deflected. Intercepted by Carr with a steal. Carr up the floor. Dish underneath, and the layup is good. Up and in off the backboard for Otega Owe. 10-point lead once again. It's the 4th time that Kentucky is led by double digits tonight. Hepburn going towards the far side of the floor, and Hepburn will head towards Pat Kelsey, who will take the timeout. Louisville burns the timeout. Louisville getting thinner in the rotation in Kentucky. Starting to flex here on Louisville. 10:44 left to go in a big bluegrass rivalry. Right now, as Big Blue has started to take advantage and take over. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here. Type in BBN if you're going for Big Blue Kentucky in this one. Type in Go Cards if you're going for Louisville. But right now, it's 77-23. Majority of the people watching are Kentucky fans here, so keep that BBN rolling out in the chat. 7-zip run by Big Blue Nation. And Kentucky hitting their stride right now as the Cardinals are in deep, deep foul trouble. (71-61). 103-100. Bucks lead by 3 with 2:15 left to go in the 4th against the Hawks. And Illinois and Tennessee just started the second half. That game is tied up at 33. Back to action. Cardinals down by 10 with a possession. Every single time they've been down by double digits, able to crawl back, make it single digits. They have yet to take the lead, though. In the second half, Hepburn sends it to the outside. Rain Smith fires a 3. Swash! It's good from downtown. 7-point game. Kentucky with a possession. Lamont Butler play of the game perfect. 9 for 9 from the floor. 5 for 5 from 3. 26 points by Butler. Has it at the left wing. Working on Hepburn. Moves it off to the low block. Garrison backs his way. Bouncing bodies. Working on Waterman. Bounce pass to Cutter. Looking for a Carr. Got picked off inside Aikido by Hadley. And the Carr gets called on the reach-in foul. Robbie, what's good? Thanks for joining in, man. Just above 10 minutes left to go. Inbound goes to the Cards. Hepburn. He's got 20 points at the left wing perimeter. He's going to be the man of the show here for Louisville to do the large bulk of the scoring to get him back in the game. Hepburn mid-block, well covered though, as he has to move it outside. Waterman slides it back over to Hepburn, playing a lot of ISO ball right now. 1-on-1, jacks up the 3. Hepburn off the mark, no good. Tipped up to the baseline, tipped to the bounce, and it's off of the Cardinals last. It'll go back to Kentucky. That ball was off of number 9, Connie Roots. And Pat Kelsey thought it was clearly out of bounds by Kentucky, but the referees point in Kentucky's direction for this possession. And Pat Kelsey not too happy about the officials right there. Kentucky, chance to use clock. 25 in the shot clock, approaching 9.5 left to go in the game clock. Top of the key, Butler. Into the hands of Andrew Carr, a transfer for Wake Forest. Slides it off to his teammate Jackson Robinson. Outside Carr, 12 in the shot clock. Using a lot of the shot clock right now, looking for Butler for the cutter, unable to give it to him, though. Away, powers his way inside, missed the rudder off the back room, no good. Waterman secures the defensive rebound for Louisville. Up the floor, Rain Smith, outside to Hepburn. Hepburn, jab step at the left wing, dribbles up to the elbow, dish out to the right wing. Rain Smith jacks up the 3. Off the back room, no good, tipped off the glass, battle for the rebound, and a tie-up. Possession arrow stays Cardinals. Substitution right now. Number 5 checks on the floor. Terrence Edwards. He's in deep foul trouble. Has 4 personal fouls as he checks back in, replacing number 9, Connie Roots. Got to be careful with all those fouls there for Terrence Edwards Jr. Already, James Scott has fouled out, so they only have a 6-man rotation for the rest of this game for Louisville. Kentucky going a 9-guy rotation. 71-64. Kentucky back with a possession. Got blocked underneath was Butler, though it wasn't clean. And Waterman picked up the foul. So Lamont Butler will shoot 2 at the free throw line. Player of the game tonight going to Lamont Butler. 26 points in 24 minutes. Perfect 9 for 9 from the floor. Butler with 12 points in half 1. He's got 14 already here in half 2. Butler will shoot 2 at the free throw line. They've had some issues tonight at free throws, just like that. The first one missed by Butler. That's been basically their Achilles heel tonight in this game, is that they're just 10 for 17 right now at the free throw line. Lamont Butler, second shot here at the charity stripe. It is up and it is good, right down the middle. 72-64. 8-point lead for Kentucky. Lamont Butler checks out. Number 11, Travis Perry comes back in. 8-point advantage for Big Blue. Hepburn at the left quarter perimeter. Slides it off to his teammate Rain Smith. Jacks up the 3. Missed off the mark again. Taking a lot of threes for a 3-point specialist. Rain Smith tonight is 2 for 8 from the perimeter. Kentucky near side of the floor. Lost it out of bounds as it was off of Perry last. That's a turnover. Cardinals with possession. 8:20 left to go. Hepburn at the top. Playing a lot of ISO ball tonight. Up fake at the low block. Kick out corner. Smith again from 3. Off the back heel. Missed again. 2 for 9 from the perimeter. Offensive rebound controlled by Waterman. Hepburn. They've played ISO ball all game long. Outside. Waterman with a 3. Off the back room. No good. The wheels have completely fallen off Louisville. Pat Kelsey type of team attempting 30-plus threes per game. Tonight, they're 11 for 30 from the perimeter at 37%. Kentucky, 9 for 16. Lights out at 56% from the perimeter. Driving, baseline to the cup. No good. Offensive rebound. Missed off the glass. Tip in. It's good for 2 by Andrew Carr. A little bit of help out with your teammates. Jackson Robinson missed 2 in a row. Carr right there for the putback. Just an experienced bunch for Big Blue. 74-64. Timeout taken to the floor as head coach Mark Pope will burn a timeout with 7:37 remaining with his team up by 10 here for Kentucky. What a game tonight. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'll be live later tonight covering OKC versus Houston for the NBA Cup semis. Feel free to join in for that one if you guys would like as well. The Cardinals in a 3-minute scoring drought almost. NBA Cup update. Bucks leading the Hawks 108-102 with 10 seconds left. 35 by Trae Young. Giannis with almost a triple-double. 30, 13, and 9 for points, rebounds, and assists for the Greek Freak tonight. College Hoop scores. Illinois leads Tennessee 39-37. Mississippi State and McNeese State in a tie game at 29. St. Bonaventure still up against Providence with under 3.5 minutes left to go, 67-61. Earlier today, Texas A&M picked up a huge win against Purdue, 70-66. The SEC is reigning supreme right now for the Southeastern Conference, whereas the ACC is lucky if they even get 2 bids into the March Madness field this year. The only teams that stood out currently are Duke and Clemson. Everybody else having a lot of issues in that conference, losing bye games constantly for the ACC, whereas the SEC is absolutely stacked this season. Kentucky is one of 5 teams that's ranked inside the top 10 in the AP poll this week alongside Tennessee, Auburn, Alabama, and Florida. Kentucky's 1 out of 8 teams with just 1 loss in SEC play. Tennessee and Florida still undefeated. And every single SEC team has a winning overall record as well. Whereas the ACC is struggling. Multiple ACC teams losing bye games. 14-2 in the SEC-ACC Challenge in favor of the SEC. And this ACC conference this season is looking like a mid-major conference. They're in jeopardy of getting fewer bids than the A-10 and potentially other conferences like the Missouri Valley. Like, that's an issue. Like, the ACC could get the same amount of bids as the Missouri Valley and or fewer bids than the A-10 this year. 7:37 left to play. Bucks won the NBA Cup semis 110-102 against the Hawks. I'll be live covering the semifinal game of the NBA Cup with the Rockets against Thunder later tonight around 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Back to action. 7:37 left to go here. Louisville with a possession. They've only gone with a 6-man rotation right now. One player's fallen out off the 7-man rotation. Terrence Edwards Jr., he has 4 personal fouls. Took the step back 3 and he drilled it though. 7-point game. These threes keeping Louisville hanging in the balance. A 3 straight away by Bray. Missed off the rim short and tipped it about. Heads up play right there by Brandon Garrison. Oh, wow. Incredible hustle for number 10 for Big Blue. That's what Kentucky basketball is all about right there. Heart and hustle. Brandon Garrison smashes it out of bounds off of Chucky Hepburn as it will go right back to Kentucky. 7-point lead, and Kentucky will keep the possession. 50-50 ball, and he won the battle there. This Louisville team playing with a ton of heart, staying in this game, though, even though Kentucky has controlled it throughout. Waiting for the inbound, Kobe Bray, far side of the floor, the inbound passer. Lobs it off to Garrison around the perimeter. Garrison towards the left wing, handoff to Jackson Robinson. Robinson at the left corner, working on Waterman, one-on-one from the perimeter. Skip pass, right corner, soaring up to grab his Butler, dribbles inside the key, flings it on top, off to Oweh. Oweh sends it out to the left wing. Butler's perfect, looking to stay perfect. Oh, he hits it! Lamont Butler, bang, 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 bang! Drills the three, he is perfect tonight, baby! 77-67. Lamont Butler, perfect, 10 for 10, 6 for 6 from the perimeter with 30 in this game right now for Lamont Butler. Driving, downhill, right to the rim. Terrence Edwards scores the layup. 8-point game, approaching 6:20 left to go. Kentucky with the basketball. They can think about using time to chunk off the clock. If you guys are just joining in, Lamont Butler has a perfect game in field goal shots made and 3-point shots made. 10 for 10 from the floor, 6 for 6 from 3. Butler crosses the midcourt logo. This is the same man that hit the game winner 2 years ago in the Final Four against Florida Atlantic. Off the roll down, couldn't finish as Oweh missed the slam dunk, but he did get fouled. Or this is number 10, Brandon Garrison, actually, off the roll down. So Garrison will shoot 2 shots coming up at the free throw line as Butler. Nice pocket pass off to Garrison, and he got clobbered from behind by Waterman. 2 free throws for Kentucky. 6:04 left to go. What's good, Cody on the street? Welcome in, man. Yeah, Providence in a very tight battle. Been down that entire game against the Bonnies. First one is good. Illinois leading Tennessee 49-44. Gonna get that score for PC against St. Bonaventure. 71-66 with 27 seconds left. That does not look good for Providence, considering that they're not a great shooting team. Looking like it's going to be another year with another L against an A-10 team at Mohegan Sun. 79-69, another 6 minutes left to go. Louisville with a possession. Terrence Edwards at the right wing perimeter. One-on-one. Edwards jacks up the three. Swash! He drills it from downtown. They just won't go away, will they? It's a 7-point game. Brandon Garrison at the left wing. Needs to pass it off. 15 on the shot clock. Lobs it off to Bray at the corner. Bray launches a 3. No good around the rim and out. Hepburn collects the defensive rebound. Chucky has it up the floor here. Out to the top. A wide open 3 for Edwards. Couldn't connect. Huge rebound soaring up by Waterman. Loose ball as the Cards come down with it on the far side. We're going to tie up here. Things getting scrummy. Oh! Players pushing one another right in front of the bench right now. Brandon Garrison in the middle as we got players pushing players right now, baby. Oh, man. Players have to get separated right now. Head coach Mark Pope coming in right in front of the Louisville bench to separate Brandon Garrison and get him right away from a sea of red uniforms. This is what the Bluegrass battle is all about. First-year head coaches, 50-50 ball down the far side. And we got players hitting the deck like dominoes falling down left and right. As Brandon Garrison tried to force a tie-up right there, referees rolled him on the foul down the far side, and he went right into the Louisville bench with pushing and shoving and scrums breaking out. That's what the Bluegrass battle is all about, baby. Give me Cincinnati Xavier back in the early 2010s once again. Boom, boom. What a game. 5:07 left to go. Garrison picks up his third. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. On this loose ball down the far side, it was dove at by a Louisville player, number 6, Rain Smith, and then Garrison tried to tie him up. Garrison was rolled by the refs for a foul, and then Garrison had his hands on the cheeks of a Louisville player on the bench, and this escalated right into the bench, into the front row of the seats, and eventually Mark Pope had to come in and pull Garrison away out of a sea of red uniforms surrounding the white and blue jersey of Brandon Garrison. And this is what rivalry basketball is all about. Score prediction, UNC Florida. I like Florida to win that game. I'll go Florida 77-70. UNC has been really disappointing so far for them. And what we've seen from these games, the outcomes, the SEC has rolled supreme over the ACC. If you guys enjoy the stream, enjoy the content, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. What a game. Yeah, I'm doing pretty well. Welcome back in, Charlize, on the stream. This is being sorted out right now by the officials in this review on the floor. I'll be back live later tonight, 8:30 p.m., covering Rockets against Thunder. Feel free to join in for that one if you guys would like as well. Illinois looking to upset Tennessee tonight. That's a home game for Illinois. 50-46, Illinois leads with under 11 minutes left to play. Brandon Garrison picked up his third personal foul, diving for that loose ball as Rain Smith was able to pounce on it, and the referees ruled it a loose ball foul charge to Garrison. Terrence Edwards Jr. with 4 personal fouls. Louisville has only gone to a 6-man rotation currently. They had 7 guys in the rotation, and then the Cards had James Scott foul out with 11 minutes left to go. So they currently have gone with just a 6-man rotation. Back to action. 13 made threes for the Cards. Still not enough right now. Down by 7. That's a season high, by the way, for Louisville. Edwards swings around the pro. They're off to Hepburn. Hepburn at the left wing. Jacks up the 3 for Chucky. Off the back room. No good. Offensive rebound controlled by Waterman. Waterman moves on top to Edwards. And a reach-in foul charge to Butler for Kentucky. That's now the 6th personal foul charged to Kentucky. Cardinals with 6 personal fouls as well. Cardinals have been hanging in this entire game right now. Kentucky in a 2-minute and 15-second scoring drought. Inbound goes to the Cards. Chucky Hepburn sends it on top, off to Hadley. It's been ISO ball this entire game. Just 6 assists this entire game for Louisville. Whereas Kentucky has been moving the ball at a great clip today. 20 total assists, almost quadrupling what Louisville has for total assists. Missed shot down low. The rebound controlled by Kentucky here. Carr, hand off to the top of the key. Jackson Robinson slides it off to the left wing. Garrison moves it off to his teammate Butler. He is perfect, 10 for 10. Butler lost it out of bounds, and the referees rolled it off of Lamont Butler it out. It's a turnover for Kentucky. Jason with a dono. Appreciate it, man, for the dono. Thanks so much, brother. Let's get that dono hype out on the stream here from my man Jason. 4:10 left to go. Cardinals with possession. Hepburn moves it on top over to Hadley. Hadley at the top of the key. We're down to 4 minutes even. Outside the Waterman. Waterman turns the corner, drives on Carr at the low block. Waterman shovels out to the wing. Shot clock down to 8 here for the Cards. Hadley jacks up the 3 at the left wing. Skidded off the rim. Short offensive rebound controlled by Waterman. Waterman underneath he scores. Up and off the backboard. Count it. And 1 by Waterman. It's a 5-point game. 79-74. Noah Waterman, a machine tonight on the glass. Rebound number 11. I saw Dennis Schroeder got traded today from the Nets to the Warriors in exchange for DeAnthony Melton. So that was the trade that went down in the NBA. So yeah, I saw that like 2 hours ago. .345 left to go. Anybody's game right now, as this has been a resilient Louisville Cardinal team that's been down by double digits on 4 separate occasions, but here they are, crawling back in this game. I'm going to keep it 79-74. I believe they counted it. The refs right now are looking at the monitor on this for counting this shot or not. They might take it back right now then. 79-72 is what they've got on the scoreboard right now. It looked like it should have been an offensive rebound and an and 1, but if he did travel, that's what the refs are looking at the monitor. If Noah Waterman traveled off the offensive rebound, then they're going to erase away that too. And that's what's being under debate right now, is this is being looked at by the officials at the monitor currently. So 3:45 left. Those 2 points off the and 1 as well might be erased. And it might be switched to a turnover by Waterman. He came up with an offensive rebound. If he did travel off that offensive rebound and then lean back and put it up and scored +1, if he did travel before, they would take away that bucket. So this is being reviewed right now on the floor, whether this will count or not. Yeah, good question. I'm going to go with the Steelers tomorrow in that game for the upsets. Eagles have been playing down to their opponents recently for them. Also, Steelers got a pretty good rush defense for them too. Should be a really good battle between those two teams. Yeah, Eagles are red hot. That can go either way. Sometimes I'm concerned about the Eagles. Like, some of their games that they played, they squeaked out against some bad teams like the Browns and the Panthers. I'll be back live around an hour from now covering the Rockets against the Thunder in the NBA Cup semifinals. Feel free to join in for that if you guys would like to as well. Just awaiting the call on the floor here, whether this was an and 1 or a travel. Charge to Waterman. Brutal for Providence. Oof. Yeah, PC is not looking so hot to get an at-large right now in the NCAA tournaments. A couple teams already have been eliminated from at-large contention for Power 5s. Virginia Tech is one of those teams. Notre Dame is really close to being eliminated. Seton Hall has been eliminated. Villanova was really close, but they started to turn things around. I like the Lions tomorrow in that game. This has been reversed in the Florida bucket. Gets taken away. It's been rolled to travel, charged to Noah Waterman. And Kentucky still leads by 7. 79-72, so the call has been confirmed on the floor. Turnover charge to Louisville. Back from the timeout. Wildcats with possession. Lamont Butler perfect in this game. 10 for 10 from the floor. Butler lobs it off to the low block into the hands to Carr. Carr backs his way. Shot inside a key. Missed off the rim short. Rebound control by Hadley for Louisville. Under 3.5 left to go. The Cards hanging in. Down by 7. Chucky Hepburn dribbles up. Drives. Low block. Jump stop. Hepburn blocked but fouled. Not a clean block by Owe according to the referees. Chucky Hepburn will shoot 2 at the free throw line. What a game tonight. Chucky Hepburn with 20. He'll shoot 2 shots here at the charity stripe. They're the bonus. The rest of this game, Kentucky just picked up their 7th personal foul. Louisville with 6 as a team. Hepburn buries the first free throw. Second shot by Chucky right down the middle. 5-point game. 3:17 left. Wildcats with possession. Lobbed out to the top of the free throw circle with Brandon Garrison. Handoff Butler swings to that left wing. Catch and fire. 3 rattled out. No good. Missed by Jackson Robinson. Going cold recently for Kentucky on a 3-minute scoring drought. Wide open 3. Waterman off the back rim. No good. A rebound secured by Owe. Huge miss right there. Noah Waterman. A wide open 3 in transition. Could not send it down. Louisville with a season-high 13 made threes tonight on 13 for 36 from the perimeter. They ranked number 10 in the nation and most attempted 3-point shots per game this season. A cutter off the roll down in and off the fingertips out of bounds. It's a turnover for Kentucky. Brandon Garrison missed the mark on the pass off the top of the fingertips of Jackson Robinson. It will be Louisville ball with 2.5 left. First-year coaches, somebody going to come away with a victory in the first ever Battle of the Bluegrass between Pat Kelsey and the Cardinals of Louisville, taking on Mark Pope, the new head coach of Kentucky. Top of the key with Terrence Edwards. Edwards with 21 playing this entire second half for the most of it with 4 personal fouls. Hepburn playing ISO ball at the top. He's done great playing ISO throughout this game. Slides it off to the right wing. Up fake. Side step to the right with a 3. And he cannot connect on it. Off the mark by Rain Smith. A loose ball foul on the floor. Charged to Hepburn. That's a Cardinals foul. 2:07 left to play. And it will be Kentucky basketball. What a game. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. That's the 7th personal foul as well. So Kentucky's walking towards their side at the free throw line, about to shoot free throws. Tennessee, Illinois, 52-52 with around 8 minutes left to go in the second half. Both teams with 7 personal fouls here in the second half. 1-1 bonus. Missed shot at the free throw line. Kentucky is stone cold. They're on a 3.5-minute scoring drought as the Cards came up with a defensive rebound. On top, Waterman slides it off to his right. Deflected. Intercepted by Kentucky out to the races. Throws it down with a right-handed hammer. Oh, man. Number 00, Ortega away with a steal and the slam. Big Blue up by 7. Could be the early exclamation point in this one tonight. Jumping the route, the pick 6. For Ortega Owe with authority. Oh, baby. Just a lazy pass around the perimeter right there by Waterman. And Ortega jumps the route for the pick 6. Makes him pay. And indeed a boom shakalaka throwing it down behind the defense with authority. He has been the energizer man tonight. 1-1 bonus at the free throw line for Louisville, and they missed the free throw. Kentucky with 8 personal fouls. Louisville with 7 as Terrence Edwards missed the 1-1 in the bonus. Kentucky back with the basketball. Butler. Bounce pass top of the free throw circle. Garrison lob over the top for his teammate. It is Jackson Robinson backdoor who scores with a layup. 83-74, Louisville pushing tempo here. Hepburn off to his teammate. Runner is good inside the key by Hadley. 7-point game, minute 15 left to go. Kentucky up the floor. Butler dish out right corner. 3 on his way. Bang, bang. There's the dagger, folks. Ortega Owe knocks down the corner 3 as he has the exclamation point tonight here for BBN. Lob inside the key. Kick out to the corner. Waterman connects on it. It's a 3 made with 53 seconds left to go as the Cards, down by 7, look to make a push. Kentucky has held in commando and shut the door every single time tonight in this one. Christmas coming early to Big Blue Nation. They're only 53 seconds away from closing out with a dub against their in-state rival in this game. What a battle tonight here. Making enough shots to win at 57% from the floor for Kentucky, and a perfect night for Lamont Butler. 10 for 10 shooting, 6 for 6 from 3, dropping 30 in 31 minutes for Lamont Butler. But the player of the game late here has been Otega Oweh. Last 5 points for Kentucky scored by Oweh, a steal and a slam dunk, and then the corner 3. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I wish Bill Belichick a lot of success in the future. I think it could be quite the challenge for him to connect with 18, 19, 20-year-old college football players based on the different society that he lived in. And the times have changed when now where everything is such technology driven that everything is, a lot of those players are heavily focused on things like social media, like Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. Like, that's the generation we're going through right now, the technology driven generation, whereas Bill Belichick isn't into any of those things. But I wish him the success. I hope that his teams will be good in the future for him. I do see that it could be a challenge because you got a 72-year-old head coach trying to connect with 20-year-old players, and it could be a challenge based on his coaching style that he coaches. That could be a challenge to connect with those guys in the locker room. So we shall see what happens there. But I really hope that Bill Belichick can really have incredible success at UNC. 86-79, 52.9 seconds left to go. If you guys enjoyed the stream tonight, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. It helps out a ton in this video being found on YouTube. I'll be back in about an hour from now covering the Thunder against Rockets in the NBA Cup semis later tonight. Chucky Hepburn will get the inbound. 50 seconds left to go as he'll be the inbound passer. Lobs it over to the elbow. Waterman, handoff. Hepburn looking for a quick 3. No good. Halfway down, rattled out. And the rebound secured by Carr. Out of the pack, Kentucky in a 2-on-1. Oweh to the rack. Oweh got it. And 1 at the free throw line for Otega Oweh. Clutch late in games. This dude is doing it tonight. Number 00, the leading scorer for Kentucky, showing up in a huge way in the final 2 minutes of this one to provide, to close out with a dub. That's what it's all about. Kentucky BBN basketball. You got a closer like that. Things are going to go really well for them this season for a deep, deep, deep NCAA tournament run. This Kentucky team in the tournament is going to take out any other team that is a non-SEC school. The NCAA tournament is going to be littered with SEC schools in the Final Four, Elite 8, Sweet 16. Every single SEC school that takes on a team from the ACC, Big Ten, Big East, they're going to pound all those teams. 89-81, layup was good by Louisville with 34.5 seconds left to go as the Cards had a foul. And Kentucky will head to the bonus and shoot in the 1-and-1 here at the free throw line. That's the 9th personal foul charged to the Cards. Hey, what's good, Arku? Welcome in, man. This is a rivalry game Saturday. Kentucky versus Louisville. There was Cincinnati versus Xavier on earlier today. Army versus Navy football, and then the Rockets taking on the Thunder in the Cup semis tonight. First one is good. At the line for Lamont Butler, who's had a humongous night with 31 points. Second shot here at the line for Butler. It is up. It is good. Right down the middle. Big game Butler tonight. 91-81. 32 points in 32 minutes for Lamont Butler. Circling inside the key, Edwards, and a reach and foul charge to Kentucky with 27 seconds left. So Louisville will head to the free throw line, shooting a 1-on-1 bonus. Actually, the double bonus now. That's Kentucky's 10th foul they just picked up. So this will be double bonus, 2 shots, rest of the way for Louisville. Terrence Edwards, first free throw is good. He played on James Madison last year. Props out to Pat Kelsey for getting this team competitive in this game. A lot of these players played for mid-majors last year. James Scott from Charleston. Terrence Edwards from James Madison. Noah Waterman played for BYU last year, but he was a former mid-major transfer from Niagara and Detroit Mercy. Javon Hadley, before he played for Colorado, used to play for Northeastern. Second free throw is good. So this team is littered with mid-major transfers for Louisville. 91-83, 27 seconds left to go. Inbound for Kentucky. Butler has it. Butler gets fouled with 25.6. So 2 free throws coming up here and a double bonus now. That's the Cards' 10th personal foul in the second half as a team. Lamont Butler having a magical night. Will shoot 2. 32 points tonight for him and 32 minutes in the hardwood. If you enjoyed the content tonight, make sure to smash the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and helps out this video being found a ton on YouTube. First one is good. Butler with over a point a minute in this game with 33. Second free throw by Butler. Missed the second one off the back rim. That's the only thing he hasn't been perfect on his free throws. Missing 5 free throws at 7 for 12. His shooting splits, though, from the floor and from three-point range are perfect. 10 for 10 shooting from the floor. 6 for 6 from three-point range as the Cards got the layup. Inbound quickly for Kentucky, and so Louisville will pick up another foul. 15 seconds left to go, and back to the free throw line will go the Wildcats. Chucky Hepburn up to 26 points tonight. Just picked up his 5th personal foul, though, as he has fouled out in this game. And Terrence Edwards Jr. has 4 personal fouls. He will be the next guy in line to foul out. So Hepburn is done for this game with 26 points just fouled out. The Cardinals need to think about deepening the rotations. They went with just 7 guys tonight throughout the final 11 minutes of this game. They went with just a 6-man rotation. They gotta get like 9-10 players in the balance for depth here for their rotation. Kentucky had 9 guys play tonight. Not being able to have that depth is not gonna put Louisville in the NCAA tournament conversation. It's just so valuable, the depth of the team. If you're only going 7 guys deep, it's going to be really difficult to get into the NCAA tournament. Like, your team's going to have to be like Creighton and have 5 guys score double figures year after year after year and rely heavily upon those starters, like Coach McDermott does for Creighton. There's very few teams that can rely upon a starting 5 to provide heavy minutes and follow not much and provide those minutes. And Louisville only went with 7 guys deep today. That's a really bad sign. The Cards cough it up, and Kentucky about to win another showdown in a bluegrass rivalry as we go final. 93-85 the final score. Big Blue Nation, the number 5 team in the nation this season, improves to a 10-1 start this season. Mark Pope looking for Coach of the Year honors this season, the best start since the 2016-17 season. It ain't the one and done, it's the experience for Big Blue. Stacked roster with seniors littered all over the place on this team. They got 4-year guys, 5-year guys, and this team is looking for a deep, deep run in the NCAA tournament, and no better way to do it than the experience on the back of a proven Final Four champion, national runner-up, Lamont Butler. 33 points tonight in 32 minutes for Lamont Butler. He played for San Diego State, went to the national championship game, faced UConn 2 years ago, and led this team to an 8-point victory tonight as he was huge in this game. Scored 33 points in 32 minutes on a perfect 10 for 10 from the floor, 6 for 6 from three-point range. Thanks all for joining in, being a part here on the stream. I will be back, by the way, in an hour from now, covering OKC versus Houston in the NBA Cup semifinals. So this is not the last stream from me tonight. I'll be back later tonight, 1 hour from now, covering Houston versus OKC. Feel free to join back in if you guys would like for that one. And we're going to close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out on each and every single one of my live streams. Big shout out to my man Jason here with a dono a couple minutes ago out on the stream. You the legend, man. And glad to bring Christmas early out to Big Blue Kentucky Nation with a dub in this one. We get the channel members: Jason, Bradley, Warren, Kelly, I Am Ghost, the Naja Player, Asia, Ice Ice Baby, Katie, Russell, SGA Sports Talk Channel, Lonely Satellite, Michael, John, Norma, Jonathan, Guido, and Mark. Thanks all for joining in for this one. Feel free to join back in around under an hour from now. OKC versus Houston for the NBA Cup game. And thanks all for joining in. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night, everybody, as Kentucky wins the Bluegrass rivalry once again over Louisville by 8 points. Final score, 93-85.